Sally's case done. Is it ready?
Yeah.
Well, it's running.
It's on running, yeah.
Alright, okay. Chapter 1, Episode 3.
Okay.
Sally's case wasn't hopeless, but after quickly determining that they could save only her brain, heart, lungs and liver, she was connected to machines to keep her in controlled coma. She would have to wait for a body donor. Billy had serious internal damage, but after 16 hours of perfectly executed surgery, he was alive enough to start growing replacement parts. They would make new bones with material from Billy's bones. Billy's bones would be optimised. He would have a design that looked like his original bones, but the new bones would grow a little longer and stronger than his other bones would have. He would also get an optimised balance of muscles in his arms and legs. Billy would be stronger than he was before. His potential to get even stronger was greater. It wasn't a necessary thing for a brain recruit to be strong. It simply was no more work to make him better. The robots just had to know what had to be done. They were patient and precise. Doctors came in to look at him and talk to him. He was not in a coma after surgery. He couldn't talk, but he could hear in one ear. The other ear had to be made. They would make both ears with 3D printing and insert them with simple surgery, aftermarket edition. It mattered that Billy knew of the outer world, so his stock ear was left in while his new ears were being made. His brain needed to be responding to the environment, so either doctors talked to each other, a doctor talked to Billy, or anyone might come in and read it to him. Did you know that Frankenstein's monster never had a name? Never thought about it. His name is Billy. We've done a much better job than Frankenstein did. We can say that again. She might have just to be funny, but both their phones rang at the same time. It was 3:36, so it could only mean one thing. This might be your friend's lucky day, Billy. Billy made a visual reaction detected only by one of the machines. Oh look, he reacted to that. We'll come back, Billy. We're going to fix up Sally. He did it again. He must really like Sally. They had a body for Sally in Washington. It would be hours before it got to the clinic, but there were things they needed to do to get Sally prepared. The victim of a shooting was a friend of someone in the company. The victim had been of some interest to the company before she adopted a destructive lifestyle. A new brain would be just the thing she needed. Most importantly, she was the same blood type. When the legally brain-dead woman arrived in the clinic, she was all ready to be operated on. Sally's heart, lungs and liver were ready to replace the 10-year-older and very much abused original issued. Not really necessary, but easy not to do it. Sally had better organs. The brain operation would be 36 hours of work for many robots. Sally had some damage where the brain met the neck. It was better to keep some of the dead woman's brain and graft Sally's to it. Not a human surgeon operated, but the robots could do it. Everyone felt good about the operation. They watched on monitors to see what was going on inside Sally's skull. They watched mostly to make sure everything was okay with Sally, the new Sally. Everyone forgot about Billy until the next day. Billy was content to sleep. Sally became a project. They made some minor amendments to her muscle structure. They corrected a slight breathing defect. They agreed they grow her new bones in her feet. The dead woman had damaged the originals. They replaced her elbow and knee joints. They amended her breasts so that they would be stronger and bounce less when running. She was their race car. Every little bit matter. She was naturally beautiful. She would be unnaturally strong, like her friend Billy. Not a superhuman, but close to one than what she had been. They allowed themselves a lot of time with very minor operations. They made new ears for Sally as well. It actually made more sense for her. They corrected a slight problem in her eyes so that she would have perfect vision, at least until she was 48 and needed reading glasses. They might have been finding excuses to wait to bring Sally back. Eventually there was nothing else they could do to optimise Sally. It was time for the girl to... I didn't want to drip on here, but... Sorry. They might have been... at least until she was 48 and needed reading glasses. They might have been finding excuses to wait to bring Sally back. Eventually there was nothing else they could do to optimise Sally. It was time for the girl to wake up a woman. There was still concern. Her brain wasn't like Billy's. Sally's brain worked great in a coma. She was a wild creature to admire and a nice subject to work on. She wasn't likely to be as peaceful when she woke up. She was saved to be in the conscious world. They had to bring her out of a coma. She would need to stay in a full body harness for a while longer. There were still a few things healing. There were still many surgical cuts that were being told by very small computers how best to grow so there would be no scarring. It really was for her protection. Her muscles were being trained with electrical stimulation to make her heal faster and grow stronger. No one could guess how she would react to waking up a bit someone else. She would wake up a wild and reckless kid, not at the beginning of puberty, but a grown woman. Sally, I'm Dr. Stern. You are waking up slowly in a clinic. You were in a bad accident. You were unconscious for a while until we fixed you up. The doctors talked to Sally for 2 days before Sally attempted to look at any of them. She couldn't quite understand what she was looking at, but she had a framework to go on. Me, Sally, in clinic, fucking Billy. Hello Sally, you should be able to hear me. Can you show me that you understand where you are? Sally squinted at the doctor and closed her eyes again. It was too bright. She held on to the word doctor. She wasn't ready to think about it yet, but she would try to remember to think about it. That's it, bruv.